Hello again. Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Stacia. So it actually hasn't been a whole lot of time since the last episode. Maybe an hour and a half, something like that. I just basically edited the footage, and then I decided I'd go ahead and record the next bit. I can actually move this. I've got all the fluid out of it now. And I have just been kind of working around the base a little bit and getting some things prepped. And I think we're ready to go ahead and push. Didn't take a whole lot of time. We don't have enough Byzantium just yet, but we do have enough cerulean essence. And I went ahead and I made our Exemptus caps and our Magister caps, because these are super cheap. Let's go ahead, pull Woot back up here. And let's go ahead and get our cerulean blocks. We need 8 of these in total. So 8 essence will do it. Now for the Byzantium, we're going to need 4 per each 2. If you recall, the cerulean, let me find it here. Cerulean was a bit cheaper. It was 2, or Celadon was a bit cheaper. It's 1 to 4. Of course, we did need a lot more of those blocks. We need a total of 6 essence. We need 8 essence here, and we're going to need 16 of the Byzantium before we can upgrade to the max tier. But that's fine. So let's go ahead. Let's take our intern. Right click that. We're going to set it to an Exemptus factory. And we're going to go ahead and just build this out. There we go. It's now a valid Exemptus factory. So you can also see that I did get Scale the Summit 2. And to upgrade it, it was just 2 of these. Now these do take a bit of liquid enchant, a lot of time. But luckily we have time in a bottle, so it's not a big deal. Don't use it a lot, but for things like this, it's great for that. Now over here, I did go ahead and I crafted up 12 Magus plates. And I also crafted up 3 Neophytes, 6 Adeptus. Because for each of these tiers, you could see like tier 1 is just 1 Neophyte, tier 2 is 2 Adeptus, and tier 3 is 3 Magus. So we're going to go ahead now, since we do have a tier 4 factory, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a rank 3 Scale the Summit. So there's that. And to apply this, all you have to do is find your perk that has the Scale the Summit in this case, right click it on, and there we go. Now we have Scale the Summit. Once it updates, Scale the Summit 3 perk. Okay, now at this point, we are going to have, I think Scale the Summit is 3 rolls, right? 3 rolls at a 30% chance since it's a tier 4, and we have almost 50% chance for basic, almost a 40% chance for advanced, and almost 12% for Byzantium. Now at this point, what I would like to do is I'd like to speed up this whole process, and that's why we have our additional plates, is so that we can make a few more upgrades. Now we do have, for our Enochian keys, we have increased efficiency of Conatus usage to 85%, and we have reduced fluid ingredients by 85%. I'm not for sure that we're going to have any fluid ingredients within this pack. I think we're going to be going with this Enochian key once we get up to a tier 5. So I'm not going to worry right now about Stoke the Boiler. We may change it down the road. But I think what I'd like to do is I would like to get Rampage. So let's go ahead. There's Rampage 1. Rampage 2. And Rampage 3. This is going to increase it so that we're spawning 6 mobs at a time. Now if we get lucky, there's actually the Enochian key that spawns 10 mobs, which is kind of nice. Also this Enochian key is really good. So basically it spawns every second, but we don't have those yet. And that's something, it's only from end cities. That's the only way we're going to be able to get these. So we'll have to wait on that. Now I'd also like to get the Feeding Frenzy 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and get that. And then for our last upgrade, I'm probably going to wait, but I think we're going to go with Looting, maybe. Stoke the Boiler could be good though too. We'll have to see what our Conatus usage is, and then I'll decide. But let's go ahead, pop on over here, and we're going to go ahead and add these. Now bear in mind that you can't just go straight to a 3. So we kind of have to add this bit by bit, and then we're going to come over and do Feeding Frenzy. And this is going to make us spawn more mobs and spawn them a lot quicker now as well. So now if we take a look, you can see that we're spawning every 80 ticks. So every 4 seconds we're spawning some mobs. Our Conatus fluid usage is 1200 because we are spawning multiple zombies at once. I'm worried about our Conatus fluid usage, to be honest. But once we start spawning more expensive mobs, zombies are pretty cheap. But I have a feeling that this is probably going to struggle a little bit. But I do plan on adding additional, because I plan on having maybe 3 Woot setups. So realistically, I think we will probably scale this out. Now I'm going to wait until we actually start running Ender Pearls and we start running Byzantium through this, because that's kind of my long-term goal, is like dump Byzantium and Ceruleum into there, because that's going to make it so that we're producing, instead of 1,000 millibuckets, we'll be producing 5,000 and 2,500. So that's pretty good. Okay, so while that's running, we're going to give that a little bit to build up some Byzantium, because like I said, we're going to need 16 Byzantium, which it really shouldn't take too long at this point. Now let's go ahead and order ourselves 4 more mob shards, and we are going to, let's see, actually the first one we're going to do, let me get some Wither Skeleton Skulls, and let me get some Soul Sand. I don't know, I feel like spawning a lot of withers at once it's going to be insanely expensive. So let's go ahead and spawn ourselves some withers. And this will be probably the last few times. I don't know how many kills we're going to have to get for this mob shard. We'll find out. But this will be some of the last times that we kill the wither. Alright, so we'll go ahead and smack him. We need to kill 5 withers. There we go. There's 1 kill. Means I'm probably going to have to kill 5 Ender Dragons as well. Now just bear in mind that you do have to have a tier 5 factory in order to spawn withers and Ender Dragons. So that's why we're kind of focusing on upgrading our factory before we worry too much about these big mobs. It seems like this one's not really spawning the ads though. But I want this so that we can make lots of nitro stuff for power. And what all did the wither drop? Okay, just Inferium. I was kind of curious about the essence. Ender Dragon drops no essence. Okay, so no like Supremium farm from our Woot farm. That's okay. Okay, so last wither kill here. And it seems like I'm getting more skulls than I started with. I think I started with 32, right? Because I think I grabbed a half stack. How are we doing on the Byzantium? We have 6. Okay. Okay, there we go. We have 5 nether stars. We have 5 kills. Alright, so we got our 5 kills. Let's go ahead. Let me dump all of this into the system. Let me grab our prisms. And I'm going to need 4 of the Stygian plates. There we go. So we can go ahead, put that in, put that in, put that in, and smack that. There we go. We now have a mob controller for Wither. So for right now, I'm just going to set this right here. Alright, you can see that the required tier is Magister. It's a level 5 tier. So we're not going to be able to use that just yet. We do have a little over half the Byzantium that we need. So we can go ahead and make a few of our Byzantium blocks. And actually we're going to move this when we set it up for the final time. But we'll go ahead and put this stuff on there. Yeah, I know. There we go. Actually, I don't even think... Yeah, it's not even going to fit in this area anyways. But we'll set them up there for now. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to set out to fight the Ender Dragon 5 times. And luckily the End Crystals in this pack are super cheap. So I'm going to get 20 of those. So there we go. And we'll go ahead and spawn the end dragon. And since we have... So this is still kicking away. I need to upgrade this. Because I think I've got plenty of stuff at the moment. I need to go check my mechanism miner. Because it was mining in the nether to get me like netherite and nether quartz. Okay, so there's our end dragon. We're going to go ahead and just attack these just because we can. Because now we have super armor. Let me get a mob shard out. There we go. That should be programmed. Yep, Ender Dragon 5 kills. Okay. I need to check TPS. I feel like it's kind of low, or maybe it's because I'm uploading at the moment. I don't know. I'll have to check. So I'm going to get 5 dragon kills real quick. I'll be back. This is too easy. It's a little bit easier when the TPS isn't down, but just like hovering backwards. I mean, at this point, there's nothing in this pack that can even, like, phase us. So, oh, is he spawning shulkers now? I think he can. But yeah, I think I need to purge. I may see about purging some old bases because... oh, dragon larva. Because I'm getting a bit of lag, it seems like. Yeah, there's shulkers. Dragon minions. Oh, and I got an endermite head. Okay, this will be our last dragon. Because, yeah, this will be number 5. There we go. Why are you still hitting me? Where'd your drops go? Right here. And she hasn't really been dropping any more dragon eggs, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Just gonna head home at this point because we have a fully programmed Ender Dragon shard. So we'll go ahead, drop that on there, that, boom. And there we go. Now we have Ender Dragon and Wither done. Now, of course, the rest of these are going to be super easy to get. If we take a look, we have plenty of Byzantium. Alright, so at this point, let me go ahead and just break all of this down. Yeah. Let me throw all these upgrades into there for the time being. Let me go ahead and grab this ender tank and this chest. Let's take it over and we're going to set up our tier 5. Okay, now if we set this up, let's right click through. If we wanted the tier 5 kind of setting level, we would need the heart to be 4 above the ground. And we need a T shape. So what we're going to do, we're going to come up, this would be the ground. We're going to bring it up one more. This would be the first layer. Be here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll work. So right here, we're going to put in our heart. Right there. And then let me get, I do need the other Byzantium blocks real quick. So there is 4 more of those. Grab our intern. Make sure that this is set to the tier 5. And we're going to go ahead and break off these. Let's go ahead. Build this out. And then we're going to have ourselves a max tier structure. Yeah, this is good. And that way we can reach the heart easily. Okay, so what's it complaining about? It's wanting a sail. That's what this is for. Goes right there. And then this will all be kind of under the ground. We're not actually going to be able to see this. Our ender tank. There. We're not actually going to be using the zombie spawner, at least at the moment. I'm going to set this right here. I guess we're going to start off with the wither on our primary base. So there we go. It has formed. We take a look here. We are using 3,000 millibuckets per operation, per 1,200 ticks. And we do need to be inputting wither skeleton skulls and soul sand to make it work. Okay. Let me go ahead also and get... I don't know. I don't know if that's a great idea right now. Let me get this under control first, then we'll add the upgrades. So we're going to go... let's put our frenzy in over here. So now it's every 300 ticks is the spawn time. You can see it's not quite as fast as with zombies. Also at this point, we can grab our Nokian key. And you can see increased efficiency to 85% for this. So I think this goes right on top, right? Nokian key Zom. You can see now it only takes 450 millibuckets of Conatus fluid. So very, very big difference there. In using that. I think really, I don't know if we'll need looting, but we do need to input the wither skeleton skulls and the soul sand. Okay, so that's the purpose of our ingredient importer. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a couple things here. First up, I'm going to just do it with the interface. So let me grab an interface. We're going to put our interface in right there. And we're going to run this back and just connect it up there. And then probably need to automate soul sand here soon, but we'll get to that. Now right now our wither skeleton skulls are just going to be supplied from our spawner, and I'll switch it if I need to. Yeah, I've got 526. Let's keep... Actually, I may not have any more storage, and that might be why we don't have more than that. Because this little system over here actually kicks out some withers. I don't think it'll keep up with this thing running full throttle. Though I don't know that we really need looting in this one. Nor do we need multiple spawns, but we'll see. We're going to set that, and we're going to set that. I think the interface should be able to supply it because it should see it as a valid inventory. So we'll give it just a second here. It's actually about to kick off. Yeah, Conatus fluid just got eaten a little bit, so that's good. Now let's go ahead and get ourselves an ender chest. This should be on the orange, 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 or white, white, white. Probably orange, orange, orange though. Yeah, and I've got one here. Perfect. Because this is our mob item line. So we'll just pop down and throw that right there. And actually, just to make sure that we're getting some drops from this though, let's put that chest there for right now. And we can see some things come in as they come in. I think the wither, yeah, that's what we're really after. It's a 100% chance too. Every time it kills a wither, we're going to get another star. And a miniature yellow heart. So that's great. This is about to go off. Man, 450 millibuckets of Conatus fluid is great. With that Enochian key. So good. Yeah, you can see we got nether star. Perfect. So now we are pretty well set on some nether stars. We're going to be pumping out nether stars. And this is only a temporary solution anyway for our nether stars. Because we're going to be... This is basically to allow us to start into making a lot of black iron. Is the purpose for this. Now let's take let's go ahead and get our Scale the Summit perks in, because we do need those. And as soon as possible. So we'll get those installed. But I feel like 6 withers is just going to be a lot. I don't know, we'll see. Let's go ahead and attach our Ender Dragon. So this will be our first multi-mob that we're going to be running. You'll notice here we have multiple controllers and we have some secondary bases scattered around. So like right here. And so if we put in our Ender Dragon, it's going to attach it. And if we take a look now, we have, once this updates, we have an Ender Dragon spawner, and we're going to be getting Dragon Eggs 100%. We're going to be getting Ender Dragon, and then we're going to be getting Dragon's Breath, Dragon Scales. All of this is 100% too. Great. Now we do need to start inputting End Crystals into this. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach it a crafting recipe for End Crystals and just start exporting those as well. Which also means I am going to need to keep gas running. I may put gas and maybe wither skeletons. So I may put... I need to see how our skulls do, because right now we're at 450. I'm just going to have to watch that, because we do kind of have that passive wither skeleton skull thing going on. So I don't know. How are we doing on soul sand? I've got 98. I'll probably, before I log off, mine up a bunch, and then I'll set up some automation probably tomorrow for that. Let's teach it how to make end crystals. So that, I think we have plenty of gas tiers. Yeah, we got 994. I should be good on those. And let me just go ahead and order like a stack of end crystals. That way we can start getting lots and lots of dragon eggs. But since they're 100% drops, I just don't know if we need multiple mobs in this one. I feel like it might be a little bit much. I didn't look at the Conatus fluid usage on this, but I probably should. But let's go ahead, and we're going to tell this interface to keep a stack of end crystals in this at all times. And this is using 1200 millibuckets of Conatus. That's actually not bad considering we're spawning withers and ender dragons from this. And it's a 3000 tick spawn time. But it spawns, you know, all of this stuff whenever it does it. So that's pretty good. I do think we're going to go ahead and probably make... because I feel like this one, I definitely don't need looting for this. I mean, we could maybe do the multiple mobs. It would be expensive, but whenever it went off, it would actually make a lot of them. I like that Conatus usage, to be honest. It's so good. Alright, so let's combo that now with Stoke the Boiler, I think. So there's Stoke the Boiler 1, Stoke the Boiler 2, and Stoke the Boiler 3. We'll have one more slot. Maybe I will... let's see. Because I don't know that I'm going to spawn anything that I need looting for in this one. Because even if this one just did dragons and withers, that's pretty good. But realistically, just cutting down the Conatus fluid for our big guns, I think it's going to help out a lot. So we're going to throw that in, and we're going to see what we're running at now with an additional Conatus reduction. Only 1200 millibuckets. That's not that bad. Do we want to make it spawn a bunch of these at a time? Maybe. Our storage is 10,000, so as long as we don't go above 10,000 millibuckets, it should be able to repair that. We may want to upgrade to a better Conatus sail, though, at this point. So let's go ahead. Let's see what happens. What does Rampage 3 take? That's actually not that bad. It does take a little bit to run, to be sure, but... you know, a few minutes per operation, but this is, it's gonna make a lot. It's gonna make a lot of guys. It's gonna make a lot of eggs and a lot of nether stars every time it goes off. So that's pretty good, I think. Plus all this other stuff we're gonna be getting in addition. So nothing that doesn't have a home at the moment. Part of me thinks that's gonna be good. Just leave it as is and not add anything else to it. and just have this one doing Ender Dragons and Withers. I mean, realistically, we could stick another Wither and another Ender Dragon in here, and it would take a while, but then it would pump out some stuff. But really, I think this is going to be enough for us. I think so. I mean, we could do all that and still just have the basic Conatus Sail. What's it take for the ultimate Conatus Sail? Magus Plates and Premium. Adeptus Plates, Neophyte. Maybe we want to bump it up, though. At least to the next tier, since we are kind of dealing. I don't really see much of a point in going for the biggest one. I really don't think that we're going to need that, but because our craft isn't that expensive. But we may consider doing a Wither, another Wither and another Ender Dragon in it. Just because we can. I'm planning on that wall setting up 2 additional Woot farms. One that does like maybe sheep, so we have lots of wool coming in. String's been working okay as far as making our dent sales, but having another source of like actual wool coming in would be good. So maybe sheep, maybe guardians, maybe wither skeletons with like beheading and looting. That would be pretty good. So we'll see. But before I break that, because I think it's going to interrupt the progress, I am going to let this finish out first, and then I'll break it. Though really, I don't even know if we need to upgrade our sail on this one, unless we add additional Wither and Ender Dragon to this. But what I do think, I'll probably remove the Scale the Summit from that once we make another thing. Let's see, we have 7 Nether Stars, and we have 2 Dragon Eggs. So once this goes off, we'll get an idea of how much we actually got from this. But I just don't know that we need a new sail, because I think the one that we've got is fine for this. Unless we like speed it up with time in a bottle. I'm assuming that if we do the heart, it would speed it up. Let's try it real quick. Yeah, that's going. Boom. That dropped our Conatus fluid by a bit. But if we take a look now, see how many Nether Stars and how many eggs we got now. We have 11 Nether Stars, which we killed 6 Withers. I think we had 7 before, so we got 1 short, and we got 5 eggs. We had 1 egg, right? I can't remember. But we got quite a few eggs and quite a few Nether Stars. And with this being on a server, this is going to build up, and by the time I wake up tomorrow, it's going to be ridiculous. But just for fun, let's power through. See, if we need Nether Stars, we can just use time in a bottle to do it. There we go. It's too fast. But our Conatus fluid, it might miss this one. No, it got that one. But I think it's going to miss this one. Yeah, I missed that one. Are we actually out of ingredients or something? We are out of end crystals. Oh yeah, because I didn't put a crafting card in this. That would be why. But we have 23 Nether Stars and we have 18 Dragon Eggs at this point. Woo! Alright, so throw that in there. Totally forgot about that. There we go. We're going to start getting some end crystals coming in. I think we actually use quite a few item inputs for this. 16 end crystals, 16 soul sand, 12 wither skeleton skulls every time it goes off, so not too bad. Oh, and it only spawns 4 withers and 4 ender dragons. So we don't get the full effect from Rampage, which makes sense. I guess every tier of Rampage buffs it up by 1, so... but yeah, we'll probably end up removing Scale the Summit, I think, long term. But we'll keep Stoke the Boiler, Rampage, and Feeding Frenzy. I actually like these. But I'll definitely have to upgrade my my fluid speed. And then let me take a look in here. Is there anything that needs to be slotted? I know that the Byzantine and the Celadon and all that needs to be slotted. Let me go ahead and get a couple of these also. I'm going to go ahead and boost the storage on that. So we can store 1,024 stacks of all the essences. But yeah, we'll have enough Byzantium essence rather quickly, it seems like, to make another one of these, and then we'll move Scale the Summit over to that. Maybe try adding another speed or something to this, but yeah, I think right now this is a pretty good setup that we've got. And if we end up adding another Wither and another Ender Dragon, then we will increase the storage for the Conatus Fluid. Even though I think it'll be less than 10,000 to spawn 8 of each at a time. But anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode, so we're going to end this one out here. Next episode, we will probably turn our attention over towards the Gaia, I think. Either that, or we'll start playing with... Basically, now that we have infinite, more or less infinite nether stars, I mean, I'm going to have to get soul sand automated. We may actually be running low on that at the moment. Yeah, we got 34. And it looks like end crystals, maybe it's having some issues crafting that at the moment. I'm not sure really what it would be missing. Maybe ender pearls. I'm low on ender pearls, so it might be missing that. I'll have to fix that. We're going to be putting enderman in the next spawner that we do. But we do have 39 nether stars, and we have 34 dragon eggs, so that's a good start. Between episodes, I will probably start working on setting up another Woot farm. Next to this one, it'll be somewhere in here. I'm thinking Enderman, Ghast, Wither Skeleton, Sheep with Scale the Summit, Looting, Beheading, and Speed. I don't know, maybe not Scale the Summit on that one. We'll see. Maybe Scale the Summit on a different one. Maybe Scale the Summit temporarily on that one. But I'd like to have more mobs, faster mobs, Beheading, and Looting on that one, I think. Long term, but like I said, I think we're gonna have 3 down through here, and I'll probably upgrade our Conatus fluid automation as well, because we definitely need that sped up. But anyways, with that, we're gonna end out this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.